Good day, everyone. I'm Nestor Licata with the Pacific Daily News. Here are our top stories from the PDN newsroom. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero on Thursday night sent Speaker Therese Terlaje a bill that would grant her authority over the Guam Department of Education effective immediately until January 4, 2027, and senators will go into a special session at 10 a.m. Friday to consider the governor's bill. This came hours after the governor released a special video address announcing the formation of a government team to help public schools pass health inspections and also asking senators for authority over GDOE. The Guam Education Board on Wednesday declared a state of emergency for GDOE, and schools opening has been delayed by a week from August 8 to August 15, in part to give schools more time to prepare and pass Department of Public Health and Social Services inspections. But for more than a dozen schools that won't be inspected or fail inspection before August 15, the opening is expected to be further delayed. Grant me statutory authority over DOE, and I will be responsible for it throughout the remainder of my term. Give me the legal authority to fix it, and then you can have the right to hold me accountable, the governor said in her special video address on education. Her second term as governor ends early January 2027. In other news, Cortec International wants the $220 million dispute over land where the Northern District Wastewater Treatment Plant sits on to proceed to trial in the Superior Court, with no word yet on whether the Supreme Court of Guam will intervene in the case. The Guam Waterworks Authority back in May asked the higher court to intervene and overturn rulings that Superior Court of Guam Judge Elise Iriarte made in favor of Cortec's ownership claim on the Northern Treatment Plant land. On June 8, GWA motioned for proceedings in Iriarte's court to be put on pause until justices decide whether to take up the case. There is still no decision from the higher court justices as of this week. And finally, convicted rapist Carlos Glenn McGee was sentenced to 5 years in prison, all but 17 months suspended after pleading guilty to failure to register as a sex offender on Thursday. Superior Court of Guam Judge John Terlaje gave McGee 1 month in jail for every month he did not register. He faced up to 5 years for not registering. McGee has already served 6 months, so he will be out of jail in 11 months. He will be on probation for 3 years, and because his sentence was suspended, he will remain out of jail unless found guilty of any violations. Should he violate any conditions of his release, he could be sent back to jail to serve the remainder of his jail term, in this case 43 months. Students from John F. Kennedy High School and Simon Sanchez High School on Thursday afternoon took to the streets to show their frustration with the delayed start of the school year by a week and further delays for other uninspected campuses. The protest started with about a handful of students and later grew in numbers outside the JFK campus in Tamuning. We got the news that school was going to be delayed and possibly even another week, and we were like, no, that's it, said Guam Youth Congress Vice Speaker and JFK Senior Rachel Cho. Cho said she and class of 2025 President Deanna Soriano got to organizing the protest as soon as they got word about the delay to the school year. Motorists passing the busy Tamuning intersection Thursday afternoon honked their horns as juniors and seniors from the double session high schools held up signs reading GDOE do better, Godspeed to the inspections. In other news, Hagat mayoral candidate Mark Charfus on Thursday challenged the Guam Election Commission's interpretation of the law on the number of primary election votes needed to move to the general election, saying his name should be on the November general election ballot. This comes a day after Agana Heights mayoral candidate John McDonald, a Republican, also challenged an unofficial primary election tally that shows he didn't meet the 300 vote threshold to be on the general election ballot. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan confirmed that the commission received Charfus's letter. The commission also confirmed earlier that it received McDonald's letter. Pangilinan on Thursday said GEC is looking into the matter. And finally, about $1 million in compensation is currently available for crime victims through a fund overseen by the Criminal Injuries Compensation Commission. But one of the concerns of longtime commission member Dr. Lisa Flores was that not enough victims know it exists. Flores, who has served on the CICC since 2006, has been renominated for the commission and testified at her confirmation hearing Thursday at the Guam Congress building. You look at the news on a regular basis, and unfortunately, there's been a lot of victims that we see, but I can't tell you if these folks are aware that there is a commission. Flores said. Senator Sabina Perez, who chaired the confirmation hearing, said she hopes Flores' confirmation hearing will help get the word out. For more of these stories, go to GuamPDN.com and follow us on social media.